Well, dear audience, we just heard a terrific, wonderful speech from Ella Wang, which makes us very honored. Now we are speaking to Nancy Jo Weigel. Welcome, Nancy Jo.
Oh, I am so happy to be here, Sylvia, and really wonderful to get to meet you and some of the others that are standing for truth. You know, I'm in full-time ministry, Christian ministry, and Jesus Christ said, when you know the truth will make you free. So thank you for what you're doing to try to get out the truth.
Thank you, Nancy. And you're saying that you're concerned of the freedom in America being eliminated.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that?
Yes. Well, as I said, I've been involved for many years in ministry with evangelism. And one of the things I'm involved with is something called the Jesus Film Project. It's the most translated movie ever, over 2,000 languages, and in Chinese languages and many other languages. But a lot of people in America now do not know the biblical foundations and the biblical background of this nation. And so this is a great film to learn that straight from the book of Luke. But people can go and watch that. But also I began to realize some years later that if we did not also work for the freedom to do evangelism, we would lose the freedom. So I also began a few years ago to have what I call a prayer, action, education group, where we talk about the issues, look at what is going on in the United States, and some of the bad bills that are coming through that will come against our freedom. So we stand against those. We call our senators. We pray for the United States. We pray for a spiritual awakening in the United States. I believe that we are in the spiritual battle of our lives in the United States. We have never seen anything like this. We have been in many hard places in the past in the United States, but nothing to this extent. And prayer, action, education, those three I try to work with in my group that I lead in California, even in the state of California, that a lot of people have said, just give up on California. But we don't plan to give up. As California goes, so goes the nation. As the nation goes, so goes the world. So we need to continue, we believe, to contend for freedom in California. So that's what I try to do in my group. So I do both of those things. I do evangelism, and I try to preserve the freedom to do evangelism.
Wow. And you're saying the government is being bigger, but the church giving up their power and fallen. So how to wake up the pastors, how to wake up the church?
Yes. I believe the number one reason we are in the terrible situation we are in the United States is because churches and pastors have not stood up as they should and spoken the truth. And unfortunately, some pastors believe and tell their people in the congregation, we should only do evangelism. We should not be involved in the political process. We should not be involved in the government. But they are not thinking about the fact that if we don't preserve that freedom, we will lose the freedom to do evangelism. So many pastors need to think through this. Often in our prayer group, this is a number one prayer that we pray for pastors to wake up. We very much agree with what Eric Metaxas is saying at this conference, that the church needs to wake up.
Wow, and you have a wonderful relationship with international Chinese students, and you're saying they have well understanding of the communism's dangers. So can you tell us a little bit of story of this?
Yes. I often get together with a group of Chinese students at a local restaurant, and we talk about different topics. For example, this last week we talked about Christmas, which was very fun. Most of these students are Chinese, some are from other areas of Asia. But I have found as the conversation moves in different ways, we might start out with Christmas and then other things come up, that really all the students I have talked to have concern about the CCP. They all pretty much understand what is going on there. And they are very grateful for the freedom here in the United States that we have, that we need to continue to work to keep. A number of years ago, I was teaching English as a second language on the college level, and I would often give an assignment to the students. Go out on the campus for English practice and ask this question. To different people, what do you like the most about the United States, and what do you like the least? Well, the least was lots of different things like too much traffic, etc. Always the number one thing that people liked the most was freedom.
Wow.
It always came across consistently.
Wow, thank you, Nancy. That is an encouraging story. We love that.